Jehovah! Jehovah, leave me! Let me call on my God. I'm a fatherless child. Jehovah! You are the father of the fatherless. If really my child was sick before she went to that school, may you see it at school and judge. If really Whitney died out of negligence, Baba, fight my battle.
Whitney was electrocuted. Chrisland School were the one discouraging me from autopsy. Whitney is my daughter, and she's a very lively, jovial, unbiased, proud young girl, all right? And she's not a sickler. She doesn't fall sick. She's just very playful. And everybody who knows Whitney knows she's a lovely girl, all right? So, and aside from the normal children stuff, you know, mommy, I have stomach pain, mommy, which is normal and is once in a blue moon. So my child doesn't fall sick. So, and on Thursday happened to be their inter-house sports. And they called, and they came in the morning and picked her up. Normally the way they pick her to school every day, to the stadium. And she went. But to my greatest surprise in the afternoon, the mom called me and said that they called her that Whitney slumped. They said, but while she was sitting in the parent side in the auditorium, she saw that a lot of children were marching by, but her child was not among. And she started wondering, my child's supposed to march now, why is she not marching? Then she stood up from her seat to go and look for her. While she was going to look for her, she met a parent on the way that said, Madam, do you know that, what's it called? Parents don't go to that area. And she said she knows that parents don't go there, but I've not seen my daughter. Everybody have been marching, activities are going on, I didn't see my daughter. Let me look for her. So while she was talking to the man and just left, a bus drove very fast behind her, according to her. I was like, why is this bus running like this where there are young children? But she's less concerned. So as she was moving towards where the children are, she saw a boy and said, please, I'm looking for Whitney. So the boy said, there's a girl there that slumped, her name is Whitney. She just slumped. So from there, she began to fidget, brought out her phone and said, my own daughter is Whitney Adeniran. The boy said, I don't know her surname though. And she showed the boy the picture. The boy said, hey, this is the girl that slumped now in that area. So then she went there. On getting there, she didn't see the child. They said that they have taken her to hospital. So as soon as she moved back, returning to where the parents are, she saw a teacher coming and said, Mommy Whitney, we've been looking for you. You know, Whitney slumped and they've taken her to hospital. And she was like, she slumped. They've taken her to hospital. What happened to her that she slumped? She said, we don't know. She just slumped. And she said she even met a man that said, she slumped, I pour water on her. So, you know, from there, she met with the principal. The principal said, okay, they will take them to the hospital. And she went to the hospital. And on getting to the hospital, she saw her daughter dead. And she was surprised, what will happen to my child? Why is she dead? The same thing that they were saying there, the teacher started saying, she slumped, she slumped, she slumped, she slumped. But looking at Whitney, her lips were already black, her tongue was black, her face is turning black. When they called me and I arrived at the scene, I said, what happened? Why is her face and everywhere turning black? So nobody could give me an answer. I said, okay, but the mother was at this event. Why was she not reached out to when this incident happened? Why is it that when you have conveyed her to this place, is when you are now calling the mom to come and meet you? They said then it was an emergency, that they were taking her to hospital, to a better hospital, but they met traffic on the way. So I said, on what did you carry my daughter? They said, in a school bus. I said, where's an ambulance? They said there was no ambulance on ground. I said, So you carry my child in a school bus on emergency. So I now faced the nurse. I said, Madam, please, can you explain to me? You are the nurse on duty. Can you explain to me what happened? She said that she was also not present exactly where the thing happened. That she was far away. That so they called her to come. And when she got there, she opened the eyes, she felt the pulse, and realized that her eyes were already dilated and the pulse already ceased. But she cannot pronounce her dead, and that was why they take her to hospital. I said, but when you realize she's dead, you just want to take her to be pronounced dead. Why was the mother not reached out to? It means something is wrong. Why don't you tell me what really happened to this girl that make her slump? Because you not just tell me she's standing and she slumped and died. Just like that. How? Then the other doctor said, Oga, you know, sometimes anxiety can cause heart attack. I said, the heart attack that has never occurred, the anxiety that has never happened. Anxiety, was she running as she ran the race? They said no. Did she join in any school activity yet? They said no. I said, so what could now cause the anxiety? So, and you know, from there, so I asked the doctor in the health center, I say, Oga, Madam, please, when they brought this girl to you, was she struggling to survive or she was completely gone? The woman said, in all honesty, as a medical doctor, to be truthful with you, your daughter was brought here dead on arrival.
Help me ask them questions. Nigeria should please help. Was there a doctor on ground? Was there an ambulance on ground? If she was electrocuted and they poured water, if an ambulance was there, she would not die. Yes. They will use defibrillator, get her back, add oxygen, and take her to the ICU. They took my child to a medical center in a school bus. Chrisland should not make me go to another level with them.
Chrisland attitude is nonchalant. It's uncaring. Is full of pride that we are too big to take responsibility. So I asked a question. Do you know, when this incident happened, I've already bought coffin and said, let me go and bury my child. But this simple question is what you just need to answer. How did she die? Because there is more to the death than just she was standing and she slumped and she died. And now, every student present at this event are saying, our teachers, our principal, the nurse, everybody, our housemasters, we all know what happened to Whitney now. Why are they lying to the parents? They should tell the parents the truth. Because it is A, B, Z, Y, and Z that happened to Whitney. Whitney was electrocuted.
My pain is there was no proper first aid management. There was no proper management. There was nothing that was done for her. She was brought to the hospital dead because when her medical reports came in, it said dead on arrival. That was what her medical report said. When my husband came, he went in straight to where she was to pick his child and go to another hospital. He came in and met her dead. He screamed, shouted, "Desola! That is, yes, stand up. What is happening to my child?" My husband knelt down, crying, begging doctor, "Doctor, please help me. This is my first child."
It's a blatant lie from the pit hole of the devil. And I would say is a bid to cover their track of so many lies they have told already. And it's quite unfortunate that an institution as big as Chrisland cannot own up to their responsibility as an organization, as people, as leaders that people look up to. They are the people we entrust our children, our words into their hand, who are meant to serve as a good example, but they have failed on their part as teachers, as school owners, as educators, and also as parents. Because if you could lie about my child, whom I give birth to, raised from when she was a baby till the age of 12, you could lie and be telling me a medical history on my behalf. I'm wondering where you are hiding your face right now. Chrisland authorities, I'm wondering. The principal, Mrs. Amawo, Mrs. Alakija, where are you all hiding your face? I know you all are a big system and I'm dealing with a big organization. But guess what? If you kill my child, you have killed millions of children. My child died at the venue in the stadium. Your nurse confirmed that. And your nurse knew exactly what happened to my child. What I'm asking Christians to do is to come out, admit their errors, speak the truth, and let my daughter rest. Chrisland School were the one discouraging me from autopsy. I was also shocked when I saw in their press release that I refuse autopsy. The autopsy that will be conducted this week, who filed for the autopsy? Are they the one who filed for the autopsy? The answer is no, I did. So where do they get the fact that I am discouraging autopsy and I'm asking them to tell them whatever? I did not discourage autopsy. I was the one who raised the issue of autopsy. They were the one discouraging me not to even do autopsy. And at a point, I nearly even agree with them. And that was why I said they should go and buy me a coffin to bury my child. But later, I started thinking to myself, if I agree to bury this child without knowing the truth, I will live with that guilt for the rest of my life. If I will love my child, I have loved her while she was alive, I should even love her in death. And the only way for me to do this is to ensure that I know exactly how my daughter died. If I tell somebody the history tomorrow and say, I once have a child that died, the first question they will ask me is, what killed your child? Am I correct? Definitely. If I don't have anything to say, what sort of father am I? I will just say, oh, she just slumped and died. And they will say, so you don't know what killed her? I don't want to live with that guilt. I want to know exactly what killed my child. And that was why I personally filed for autopsy, not the school.
I already bought a casket. I already bought a casket. We're already looking for burial ground in Yaba Cemetery because I don't have 4.5 million that Ojude is asking for.